right. It's your man Dominique back talking sports. I'm here with my man Ant, here with my man Ray. We talking, we back. New Year 2022. Let's get it. We starting fresh, brand new content, changed up the whole demographic and everything, the way we're going to do things. So stay tuned. We're going to look for you guys' feedback so we can continue to keep making tweaks and changes to the program. All right. Now, I'm going to bring up the first topic right now. And right now, we're going to talk about the Celtics struggles and the Knicks struggles. Who do you think can get out of their struggles faster and actually get on a run over the second half, on the upcoming second half for the rest of the season? Who do you like, Ray? Who do you think is going to make a better second half of the season? Who do you think is going to turn it around, get it together? Or do they need pieces to get it together? Do they need to make a trade? Do they need to, sign some new people? What are we doing?
Man, you already know the sweater I'm repping. I'm gonna say New York. Listen, I still have hope in New York, man. I know last year was the year for us. We did really well. We got into the playoffs, but I still think we can make a turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that we can possibly land Ben Simmons, maybe give away a couple first-round picks, give away Kemba. Kemba, no disrespect. I know you've been doing your thing, but I think Ben Simmons will be better for us. Maybe give away Kemba, give away I don't want to say it, Mitchell Robinson, give away Knox and a couple other players. I think Ben Simmons will be a good fit, and I think he's the key piece to this team's success. I think if we can get him, I think we have a chance of getting into the playoffs.
That's what your thoughts are? Okay, and what you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking, why not make your home in New York, man? Philly don't like you. I know we could be a little hectic sometimes, but why not? Why not try to make it a new home, man, and get this Knicks thing going, man? We got a lot of young players around us. We got a great defensive team. We got a great defensive coach as Tom Thibodeau. Why not bring Ben Simmons in, bro?
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think the Knicks has a better chance of turning it around because between them and the Celtics, they're looking better with shooting. Like Evan Fournier, for example, the other night he got 41 points and he can snipe from behind the perimeter. But with the Celtics, we still need work because yet our shooting continues to be terrible, only shooting 30 and below from the field. Tatum, he misses a lot when he shoots and he keeps forcing it, which is making the offense even worse. And we need a lot of improvement. The Celtics we need better shooters. We need better snipers.
Yeah,
it's time to start making some trades, some moves.
And it's time to part ways with a couple of your players, man. Mm-hmm. I know y'all have the pride. I know y'all love some of y'all players. Y'all stick by them, but some of y'all players y'all need to part ways with. Marcus Smart being one of them. Well, I'm not gonna say it because I know y'all love him. Y'all love him.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all should get rid of him.
It's time. I think with this. Okay, before I get to the Celtics, this one I have for both of you. I do think the Knicks are a lot more complete in terms of ready to compete. I think the Knicks should entertain the idea of bringing in John Wall to New York. Here's why. Ooh. They will have the cap to be able to do it. He's on a 2-year deal. Here's why. I know you guys have a habit of getting guys and paying expenses, but I think you won't have to give up anything really for him. Maybe a second-round pick that's super dated 3-4 years from now. Maybe a guy on the end of the bench that nobody cares about. Maybe you give up Kevin Knox and a second-round pick, and maybe you give up some of your other dead weight to go to Houston for John Wall. John Wall is the type of point guard you guys really need. You need somebody else who can really hold it down, who can create offense for others, who can create offense for himself, and he's coming in. He's not going to be the man because it's obviously Julius Randle's team, and you can still keep Kemba and Derrick Rose if you want to in the fold. That way, you have a 3-guard lineup. You can always imagine Derrick Rose and John Wall in the backcourt together every now and then you got Emmanuel Quickly and you got some of the other talent. I just think for what you guys need, he's a quick fix. I don't think he's the long-term solution, but he's good for the rest of this season and for next season. And then he's off the books after next season. He's only a 2-year situation. So, food for thought.
Oh, man.
Food for thought.
I'm gonna disagree with you. Love you, brother, but I'm gonna disagree with you.
I
think you're looking at John Wall from 2016. I don't think you're thinking about John Wall 2020. 2016 John Wall, of course. Come to New York. But nah, bro. I don't think
you guys have the assets to get Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons is out of you guys' league. Let's be realistic. I'm talking about realistic. Realistically, Ben Simmons is out of you guys' league because there's nothing that the Knicks have that interests Philadelphia for him. RJ Barrett is not there. He's not there yet. They don't want that. He's not a top 25 guy. He's not a top 40 guy. Okay? So, yeah, your picks, if Philadelphia really was interested in picks, they could have dealt him to a few other teams that was going to have higher draft picks. Picks that were more valuable. So you guys don't really have an offer for Ben Simmons. I think bringing in John Wall is you don't really have to give up much for him. You got the cap space. You trade off some of your dead contracts for him, some guys that are not in the rotation. You still keep Derrick Rose just in case because you don't have to give up Derrick Rose. The Houston Rockets are not going to want to give Kemba Walker, so you still can keep him because you got 3 guards that have had injuries, and you're not putting a whole lot of pressure on any of them. But John Wall, out of all 3, is still the more complete player and still closer to his all-star days than the other 2 versus and he's shown you last season he was still able to get 20 a game. So it's not like this man was not able to get 20. He still can get 20. And now you're putting him with a team that's about defense. John Wall is not a guy that doesn't play defense. And he's a guy with size. So he's not a guy, you're not bringing a guy in that doesn't have size. He gives you some versatility. He gives you some size at the point guard position. He gives you a true point guard. Because out of Derrick Rose and out of Kemba Walker, you can still say those guys are kind of more scoring guards. But John Wall is a little bit more closer to a traditional point guard than the other 2. And then for Boston, I don't think you have to make the big trades. I think you have to make the small ones. I think you have to figure out how can you get Terrence Ross for a 2nd-round pick. Because I feel like if you can get Terrence Ross for a 2nd-round pick, you add some more shooting, you add some more playoff experience, guys that can be more experienced, guys that can score the basketball. Because I don't think there's a point guard out there for us. And maybe we can go and get Satoransky for a 2nd-round pick. I think we just need to bring more guys in that have shown the ability to do certain things and be able to contribute on a regular basis, which is like guys like a Satoransky, guys like a Terrence Ross, some of these other guys that are actually legit. And then I think we need to figure out who are these up-and-comers that may have not had the right player development situation. We need to step up on our player development because the way we've developed Aaron Nesmith, the way we developed Romeo Langford, he's probably the better defender out of all the young guys we got. But still, we haven't really developed him really well. We haven't really developed Rob Williams because we really haven't developed him like that either.
But Williams is playing well, though. Williams is playing well. Last night he played well.
He's playing well off of hustle plays and off of his athleticism. He's not playing well off of skill.
Got you.
He's not making jump shots. He's not,
he's winning as needed.
People with the spin moves and doing things where he's carrying the load because a lot of people blame Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but I don't think the blame is on them. I think the blame is on not having a point guard and by not having a point guard, which is horrible, but also not having enough shooting. Because when you watch those games, when the Knicks was playing incredible good defense, all they had to do was sit and Jaylen, one guy playing defense on them. You guys know this. One guy's there on defense, and the other guy is there to help. And then you're sitting there saying, "It's okay. We can sit and play a man and a half, 2-man on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum because we don't think the other guys around us can hit enough shots to beat us, which is Marcus Smart, Josh Richardson, Al Horford, and Rob Williams, and Dennis Schroeder. So I think you got to make the move and get rid of Dennis Schroeder to bring in a real legit point guard, somebody who can really, push the ball, and bring us a real point guard. We need a real solid. We need some real point guard play that can shoot the basketball. And that's why I like a guy like Satoransky, not saying he's the future, just saying he's a guy that can hold us down for this season. We just need to add some more talent, some more NBA ready to go talent onto this roster. And then we need to go figure out some guys that we can we need to step up our player development. Go ahead, Ian.
What the Celtics, what the Celtics want to do is not really go after like a superstar. Now it's time to trade most of our roster, trade for lower players, and also trade for draft picks, start drafting players and start developing them the way they needs to be developed.
Yeah.
That's the best way to rebuild.
I think it's a retool. I don't think it's a full rebuild. I think it's a retool from what you're saying. Because a rebuild is like you are scratching everything off.
Retool. Yeah, retool.
Yeah. We need a full retool, which is, listen, it's Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Rob Williams are our main core. Everybody else can go. Everybody else. If we can keep Marcus Smart, fine. But if not, we're not forcing it. We're trying to.
You guys don't need Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart is a bench guy. He's not a starter. He's a guy you bring on off your bench to come out there and defend one of the top perimeter defenders and hold you down as a combo guard. He's a combo guard. He's not a point guard. He's not a shooting guard.
You guys can get a couple pieces for him. He's really valuable.
Yeah, he is.
I'll put him on the trade market.
To a degree. I think the Celtics have been trying to trade Marcus Smart, but they have never been able to understand it. They wanted to get a decent little pick situation for him, and they were never able to get that because they value him more than what the league values. I mean, Marcus Smart is worth like a first-round pick, maybe a couple young guys in return, and I think that's what you may have to do. You may have to say, you know what, is this guy – from the Pelicans, Kira Jr., is he a better point guard option? Can he shoot? Can he actually play well? Devontae Graham, from the New Orleans.
We could probably get for Marcus Smart, we could probably get a big man for him like JaVale McGee, for example, because he's going to be a free agent after this season.
I mean,
we do
need size.
I think the Suns will re-sign him.
We do need some size. Enes Kanter, he needs to go. I mean, I appreciate Enes Kanter freedom.
He gotta go. He's not worth it.
I wish we went after DeMarcus Cousins. So I think he's a better option.
Yo, you see how he's balling now?
Yeah. But the Bucks, they let him go. The Bucks let him go. He's a free agent.
They let him go?
Yeah.
Wait, DeMarcus?
Yeah, he's a free agent. Wow. That's who I think the Celtics should go after and replace Enes Kanter. Let Enes Kanter go.
He's on the last year of his contract. Anyway, so
yeah, I think the trade deadline.
He's not doing nothing for the team.
He's not. I mean, I don't know why we even signed him. I'd rather sign.
Why is he even still in the league? First off,
I'd rather have signed Jahlil Okafor, Thon Maker, on one of those other young guys that are a little better and they have a little bit more. They got size because. What are you picking him up for? He can't. He's not a shooter. He's not
a big man.
He's not an athletic.
He's big for nothing. He's big for nothing.
He got a couple rebounds in his heyday. Come on now. The league has more centers now.
You see what the Knicks.
He's not a real big man.
All right.
Took him out of the rotation.
Yeah. But I had a question for Ray, about Ben Simmons, because we all know Ben Simmons. One thing about him is that he don't like to listen. He don't like the people telling him what to do. Yeah. Plus, he's been causing a lot of problems with the team.
We're gonna have to get right into that, but we got to go to final thoughts, and we got to say that for part 2 coming to you soon.
Okay.
So, Anthony, give me your final thoughts.
How do you guys feel about the trades, and who has a better chance of turning it around between the Knicks and the Celtics?
Okay. And Ray, final thoughts?
My final thought is, New York, listen to me. Any Knicks fan out there, we need to get our shit together and turn it around this season, man. I know I want to see them get into the playoffs, be their second year in a row. I'm just praying that they can bring the noise this next half of the season.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. Talking sports. I'm your man, Dominique, your man, Ed, your man, Ray. We already know what it is. Stay tuned, like, comment, follow, and subscribe, all right? Catch us live, but we're going to talk about a little bit more in depth. Coming to you. Coming next episode, coming to you tomorrow. Stay ready. Stay in tune.
Peace.